have reached the starting gate. It's post time. Cold front, the favorite comes forward. And they're into the stretch. Cold front, put to the 10. Cold front does it again. Firing the field in the Amsterdam.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to Spa Babies, presented by Spendthrift. I'm Dan Illman, along with Nicole Russo, and we'll kick off the Jim Dandy Saturday card at Saratoga with our Spa Baby race. It also kicks off the 50-cent early pick 5. Let's take a look at this field. We're going 5.5 furlongs. It's a maiden special weight for 2-year-olds, obviously. And Nicole, there are some pedigrees in here that make you think these horses want to go a lot longer.
Absolutely. This is the sort of race where a lot of them have pedigrees geared more toward distance. Many of them have a good amount of turf in this pedigree. Almost all of them are first-time starters, so you could argue that they're here to get a little bit of that experience. A couple of horses in here that you might want to circle and look for them later on in the meet.
Spendthrift stallion Cross Traffic, represented by the only horse with experience in this race. That's the number 3, Tatum, coming in from Parks. Let's begin the analysis with the number 1, Space. This is a Bill Mott trained first-time starter by Ghost Sapper, a very versatile stallion and a very versatile dam. Not only was she a juvenile debut winner, she won on turf, she won on dirt, she won on synthetic, and she's a full sister to Mucho, who placed in the hopeful here as a 2-year-old.
Yeah, and Mucho is a very good 2-year-old. You know, this is an interesting horse. The sire, as you pointed out, Ghost Sapper, is very versatile with Grade 1 winners on both dirt and turf. The dam, as you pointed out, won on all 3 surfaces. And interesting that Space worked most recently on turf. I wonder if they liked what they saw or if they didn't. I wonder if they decided that this horse belongs on dirt after all, after working him on turf, or if this is a prep for a race down the line.
And while Mott historically likes to give horses a race or two, Nicole has correctly analyzed this meet that his 2-year-olds seem to be fit and ready to go first time out. He already has a debut winner named American Rocket on dirt. The number 2 is Swiss Guard. This one trained by Steve Asmussen, who excels with first-time starters, by Triple Crown winner American Pharaoh, $150,000 yearling. The dam, a half-sister to a stakes-winning sprinter, and the second dam won her debut at 2, so there should be some precocity in this family.
Absolutely. You know, American Pharaoh, we talk about him all the time, winning the Triple Crown and what he did as a 3-year-old, but he was a champion 2-year-old and a very nice horse around 1 turn to start off his career. He's done so well with his 2-year-olds early on. Of course, they've had that precocity and yes, some miler ability and some route ability in the pedigree, but also some speed in there as well.
The number 3 is Tatum, and we're going to take a look at Tatum's career debut at Parks. This is a 4.5 furlong maiden special weight, and Tatum showed some good speed in this race, dispatched the 4-1 second choice to make the lead turning into the stretch, and just got run down by the favorite in the shadow of the wire. It was a good experience. I like that he showed some speed. He's by Spendthrift stallion Cross Traffic and is a half to graded stakes placed sprinter Lancy. So I would expect Tatum to show some speed here.
Absolutely, could show that speed again and probably moving forward from a fitness standpoint off that debut. Spendthrift's Cross Traffic was among the leading freshman sires a couple of years ago with champion filly Jaywalk in his first crop of 2-year-olds. This crop of 2-year-olds represents those who were conceived the season after that. So I'm expecting nice things from this current group of 2-year-olds from Cross Traffic, as he probably got an uptick in the quality of his mares than what was expected of him.
The number 4 is Team Leader. This is a Godolphin homebred trained by Brendan Walsh. Telegraph Leon takes them out. Nice combination of speed over stamina in this pedigree. Street Boss wins 16% with juvenile debut runners. The dam, a full sister to a graded stakes winning miler with some stamina and turf on the bottom of the pedigree.
Stamina and turf on the bottom of the pedigree. And, you know, Street Boss, who is so underrated, a rock-solid sire from that Street Cry sire line that can get you turf as well. These are another set of connections who don't mind taking their time with a horse.
Up next is the number 5, Capture the Flag. This one is by Quality Road. The dam, a wonderful Grade 1 stakes winner, albeit going long on the turf. She, a full sister to UAE Derby winner Lines of Battle, who also was a champion stayer in Hong Kong. So just a lot of distance in this pedigree. I wonder if 5.5 furlongs is sharp, but Shug McGahee knows what he's doing. He could have debuted this horse in a 2-turn turf race.
He could have as well, but you kind of hit the nail on the head. This horse, I can't help but think he's going to want to go longer down the line, and I can't help but think he's going to want to be on turf down the line. Quality Road, another multi-purpose sort of stallion, and War Flag, as you mentioned, such a good turf mare, ran in Europe before coming to the U.S. and won the Grade 1 Flower Bowl at Belmont.
This colt might be one to watch down the road, certainly, but maybe this race is best suited for our morning line favorite, the number 6, Bourbon Resolve by Hard Spun, a $200,000 yearling, and the dam's a half-sister to 2 millionaires. Paula Silver Lining, a multiple Grade 1 stakes winning sprinter. Dad's Caps won 2 editions of the prestigious Carter. And Bourbon Resolve is a have to misinterpret who won the P.G. Johnson when it was rained off the turf, I believe, last year and moved to a sprint distance.
Yeah, and the hard spuns, they tend to like to go a little bit longer as well, but he does have, some speed, some brilliance. Hard spun himself, winner of the King's Bishop at Saratoga. Even with that, though, looking at that female family, this might be the female family in the race best suited to winning early on dirt and to speed and a sprint distance on the dirt.
This horse worked a bullet out of the gate on July the 17th, so keep an eye on Mike Welsh's Clocker reports on DRF.com. Very curious to see how this one completed the workout and finished up. It appears went in company with one of Ian Wilkes' horses, Our Dream Ride, who's in, I believe, the second race at Saratoga on Saturday. Wilkes not known for winning first time out, so you might want to demand a little bit of value. Let's take a look at our top picks for the opener on Jim Dandy Saturday. You're going with Swiss Guard. Asmussen, because kind of overdue for one of these first-time starters to pop.
I think so as well. We talk a lot about how Steve Asmussen, second time out, they tend to excel, but they can certainly win first time out. Really, I had a hard time splitting these two horses. They've both in a field, as we discussed, with plenty of turf breeding, plenty of distance breeding, Swiss Guard being by American Pharoah and Bourbon Resolve being from that family of Paula Silver Lining and Dad's Caps. These were the ones whose pedigrees most said, yes, we can also win on one turn at dirt. To me. And I'm really going to advise, kind of evaluate this race up to the moment the horses are in the paddock. Look at them in the paddock, watch the board, see where you get the value, because I did have a very hard time splitting my top 2 selections.
I went with Tatum in here. Even though this horse earned a respectable buyer speed figure in his career debut, he's going out for low-profile connections, and I think that ensures a price. And Danny Velasquez knows what he's doing. He campaigned Brooklyn Strong a couple of years ago, a good 2-year-old. He's had Battle Station, a nice sprinter in the past. So maybe the 5-1 on Tatum will hold up. I'm expecting speed. 2-6-3-1 for Nicole, 3-5-6-1 for me. It's Spa Babies, presented by Spendthrift.